high fives at staff meetings that we celebrate. They're also on our updates each week, so you can read them and hear about them. We have positives that we talk about in our meetings, when we meet with our teams and when other teams meet, and sharing out the work that we do in the different places that we work throughout our day. All of those great celebrations to share with each other.
How'd you get to this goal?
How'd we
Can I
get?
just ask, yeah. So you looked at all the school perception data.
We did.
Well, why'd you focus on this?
People really wanted to feel that we're all there for them. Who's our support? So we put in so many supports for students, and we have our RTI, and we have our tier, and we know which teams to go to. We have meetings about them, right? So we need to support our staff, and we need our staff to feel like if you have this problem or you have this situation in your curriculum, you're not sure, who can you go to? Who's there to support you? And we found outstanding support in the people that we have in our building, and people who have more expertise in it. Someone who's piloted a program in a year past that can be your support and help you as you are venturing through new math, new writing curriculum. It's been a wonderful opportunity.
PBIS is alive and well in the elementary school. We had the opportunity, along with the middle school, high school, twice this year already, to have a facilitator come in and work with all three buildings at one time. We did that, and Paul was the big driver behind that, get that organized and where we were going to do all that kind of stuff. The elementary school, it's all brand new to the kids as they come in. This year was, not that we haven't done a lot of this stuff already, but we're trying to, in each building, I would say, you're trying to make it consistent in terminology, consistent in expectations, and consistent in consequences. The driving force behind, or actually two driving forces behind the elementary school would be Kayla Bird, really pushes this thing forward, and Melissa Jellings has also stepped forward to be a big part of that team. It's an active team. Every grade level is represented by one staff member, and this is all volunteer. They don't have to. They wanted to. When this was all presented a year ago at this time, there were people coming forward and say, hey, I want to be a part of that. Now that has been fluid, some people in, some people out. Liz was a part of that. She became team leader, so she opted to get out of that, but she was able to get another team leader in there, or another staff member in there from her grade level to help us out. So that was beneficial, and then Katie gives us an opportunity, whether it's 5 or 10 minutes at every staff meeting, to update staff. Actually on Friday at the on the in-service day, she gave us 45 minutes, and Kayla and Melissa just updated, because they had the opportunity to go to a little conference over in Marshfield recently, so they updated some rah-rah stuff. Keep going, it's working. Some stuff that we have to look forward to. This summer will be a huge summer as we get ready for our second year of actually trying to be coherent and consistent in the elementary school. And we have put together not just literature for the kids to read. If you come into the elementary school, you'll see expectations, whether it's hallway, cafeteria, bathroom, on the wall, that even a kindergartner will be able to understand. So it's a lot of pictures and stuff like that. Staff members have all got a nice binder that we're put together with resources that they can use to reinforce, or reteach is always a big word in PBIS. And we think it's going well. There's been a lot of fun activities. We use compliment critters, top banana assemblies we use, and oftentimes Kayla will take that opportunity either to, she had a thermometer, a plexiglass thermometer, and the kids all put their compliment critters in there. Once they fill it, then there's a reward. We've had extended recess. We had someone get a pie in the face when they were taped to the wall. Don't know who that would be. But, so that was, the kids love it, and so it's been a real positive thing. We have to be very creative in what we do to keep kids motivated and want. But the nice thing for the elementary is you can motivate them with just about anything for a while, and then you got to get creative with them. So that's where we are with PBIS.
So there's a theme throughout all of our goals, and one of them is building those positive relationships. So board, we invite you as well to be part of our goals, and we're happy to have this as part of our goals this year. We're encouraging our staff members to attend a school board meeting, to present at board meetings when it is allowed, and to continue to invite you to attend activities within our school. We have school shows for concerts, for Christmas, for there's a spring concert coming up for 3rd grade. Lots of great things that way. Our family literacy night, and we invite you when able to attend any of those events. You're more than welcome. We enjoy seeing you there. We hope that we're able to catch you in the hallway as you are there to share those with us, and then sharing monthly newsletters with you as well.
The next slide is just a checklist. As you can see, Anne opens and scrolls down that we've met a lot of the goals, but there are some that we are still working on. So some are partially met, some are in progress of being completed. So it's just an easy snapshot that I can link into my staff meeting, so staff can go there and see what goals do we need to work on until the end of the year. Overall, the staff continues to do the following: collaborating with those team members, professional development, working with our math and reading coordinators, utilizing any of our EE coaches, reviewing those assessments to place students in instructional groups. They continue to work together to meet the needs of our students.
And then just as we had kind of already touched on, is that we do have a lot of PLCs, so professional learning communities, meeting monthly as well, so in addition to our grade level team meetings. We also sometimes will meet as PLCs, sometimes there's cross grade level team meetings, so really these are all the list of the PLCs going on at the elementary school, and as you can see there are a lot. And then we do have goals for each PLC, so you can see what each PLC is working on this year, so you know exactly what we hope to accomplish during these meetings.
Everybody in the school on a team?
Yes, at least one.
So along with our staff, our wonderful staff, there's many other people that help support our goal.
And it does take a village, you know that. So as you look at this, the first one is Kathy Lesniak is up in the corner, a former aide, Lola Dow is on the bottom. United Way volunteers, we have a program with the United Way. They come in on lunch hours, you can see the trays there, and they read with students recommended by teachers who may not have somebody that reads with them at home. And they do that during the lunch hour. Other volunteers come around, that's Mary Ness dressed up as a Halloween activity bingo that was there. Boy Dog on the bottom left with Karen, she comes in and the children read to Boy Dog. And then we have step workers. They get paid an hourly wage. STEP stands for Senior Tax Exchange Program, and they work up to 80 hours a week, I believe. You can see in the first top picture, Paul, that's your mom.
That's my mom.
So we're grateful for all of the volunteers.
So in the end, you guys, the staff, the volunteers, the staff workers, all the community members are dedicated to make our school great. One thing that we've worked on over the last year, Chris Olson has kind of led this, if you go to the next one, it really is all about the kids. And if you didn't know, we have a little news station, and they'd like to share a message with you tonight.
Recorded live from Mosinee, Wisconsin. Recorded live from Mosinee, Wisconsin. This is a MES TV special report. Hello and welcome to our MES TV special report. I'm Sophie. And I'm David. Hey, did you know that teachers have special goals about us? No, really? Yeah, I guess they even have a goal to help us become better readers. And I hear that they're making a special report to the school board about it right now. What they are? Where are they? Right now. Okay, everyone, look your best. Let's go get ready. To review what our awesome teachers told you earlier tonight, at the beginning of the year, 76% of our super kindergartners were meeting or exceeding the benchmark. We now have 80% on track to meeting our goal of 88% by the end of the year. In September, 67% of the first graders were reading at or above benchmark. Now we have 82% of all fantastic first graders reading at or above benchmark. The first grade teachers are well on their way of meeting their goal of 91% by May. That's great! 70% of our sensational second graders were reading at or above benchmark in September. That percentage has jumped to 77% in January. The goal of 88% by May is only 11 percentage points away. You can do it, second graders. Hey, wait a minute. I'm a second grader. Second graders are awesome! Last but definitely not least are our third graders. Hey, that's us! 78% of us were reading at or above benchmark in September. We now have 82% in meeting that goal and are only 4 percentage points away from meeting our May goal of 86%. We're looking pretty good. You know what I just realized? We're actually a really good example of what great readers at Mosinee Elementary School look like. You're right, we did do a pretty good job. And there were lots of hard work and strangers like percentage and benchmark. Well, there you have it. Mosinee Elementary School is making great progress toward meeting our school improvement goal. This has been a production of MES TV. We want to thank the fantastic teachers at Mosinee Elementary for helping us learn. Thank you very much for watching and have a great night.
There you have it. Wait, we have to ask if there's any questions. Don't worry. Are there any questions?
There's something that I was in Milwaukee in the past. I talked about what kids lose from A to start school again.
Like the summer slide, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, and Amber Garvey has put in with the front school principal, she's actually working on that. And reaching out to teachers and having them reach out to parents to have their kids come to school for summer reading. So we don't lose that summer slide, because we do in first grade, especially from kindergarten to first grade, we see kind of a large summer slide. If those students don't continuously read at home or with, going to the library to get books, so yeah, she's working to do that. And she did a summer reading program last year. That was pretty successful. Amber Garvey, the literacy coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you.
We'll make a quick change to the agenda, if it's okay, just to do the student board member report.
Oh,
Since
sure,
we're running a
that's
little
fine.
long here. Show you a studying to do.
I had the ACT today.
Oh,
There's someone waiting for me
tomorrow.
outside, actually. And tomorrow, I have board teas.
Go ahead, Carmen.
Okay, so for Student Senate, our annual Sadie Hawkins dance was Saturday, February 17th. For the week, we had fun dress-up days all week, a lip-sync battle, and we also had a guest speaker who talked about seizing opportunities and individuality. We also insinuated a change, caps on for cancer. It used to be hats on for Luke. We realized that the students didn't really have much of a connection with Luke Kaiser anymore because so many students had experienced cancer and so many staffs had experienced cancer, so we wanted to make it more general to support everyone in our district who's gone through this. All the funds were donated to American Cancer Society, and that reached to St. Paul and the middle school as well. So FCCLA had a cookie sale on Valentine's Day during that week, and they also have regionals later this February at Spash. It's pretty late in February. For Graphic Arts Club, they've had upperclassmen students making a multitude of posters for a school. For instance, Michelle Lahr made the Badger State Games figure skating credentials. Kinsey Miller made items such as the tonic softball posters, booklet, yearbook cover, and our lipstick paddle posters, as well as Lauren Kaiser, which you guys know, created the prom poster and tickets, and we just recently sent out our save the date. For Vocal Motion, the Women's Cantabile Choir, we did a can drive fundraiser. They're headed to Chicago over spring break to compete and tour. It's really exciting. Solo Ensemble was this past Saturday, February 24th. Mosinee always brings a ton of vocal events as well as band events, and a large amount of us qualified for state. Nobody scored below a 2. So this was a little while back, but Saturday, February 10th, the Yoga Club, which is a newer club, brought in a local yogi called Jo Gassner. They have a lot of experience with her. They go to her studio for a field trip once a year as well. A ton of students, faculty, and community members attended. The room was packed and they consider it a major success. The National Honor Society say that they still plan on making tie blankets for the palliative care unit at Aspirus, and on top of writing with their younger pen pals, there's not much going on. Okay, so a big athletic report. All the sports are kind of tying up. So boys basketball, their conference record was 8-2, and their overall record 15-4. They got second in conference and first in conference for scoring and assists, and they recently defeated Marshfield High, which has nearly double our enrollment. I think there was another update. I think they had more games, but yeah, so it's not on here. So the girls basketball, their overall record was 11-10, and their conference record 5-6. They earned a win of the round 1 of WIAA playoffs in Medford, and they then fell to Hortonville in the second round. So gymnastics record, conference record is 2-2. They tied for second in conference, and they got first in conference for beam. They recently had a season high score of 108.575, defeating Lakeland, as well as our junior Lydia Ruthie received Gymnast of the Year for GNC, which is a pretty big deal. Boys hockey had a conference record of 3-10. They'd recently defeated Rhinelander, but then days later fell to them in the first playoff game. Girls hockey has a conference record of 16-8. They had a recent win over Eau Claire Stars and hosted regionals against Medford.
They're going to
And
state
they're
again.
headed to state.
They're going to state. Yeah. I guess this is updated. Wrestling had a conference record of 0-5. They had a conference champ, Chase Kamoshna, and Andy Ellis and Jose Moore got second. For our WIA regional champs, Andy Ellis and Jose Moore, as well as Chase Kamoshna, Jaden Cherrick, Gage Kopic getting second, and Caleb Bowden third. So the dance team performed with mini poms for the second time earlier this month, and it was a really big success. We had a large number of girls come, around 50. We're continuing to train and prepare for competitions. We are hosting tryouts the first week of March, which is next week. So we're really excited. We're hoping to see some new faces.
Questions for Carly from the board? You're free to go.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Carly.
Thank you.
Luck on your test tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good sleep, good breakfast.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
We'll move back to 7E now, which is the special education goal update.
Hi ladies, thanks for waiting so long. We're excited. We got to see everything because we're really, you guys are, and works K-12, so. Well, we're here tonight to talk about our special ed plan and our goals, and I'm gonna let everybody introduce themselves. I have my 3 leaders and my 2 school psychs with me, so maybe you can just go down the line and tell them who you are and what your name is.
Hi, I'm Laura Summers. I'm the school psychologist for grades kindergarten.
And I'm Kelsey Ortella, I'm the school psychologist for 6th through 12th grade.
Tina Booker, the learning disabilities teacher at the elementary school, 3rd grade.
And she's the elementary leader.
Yes.
I'm Amber. I am the high school team leader in special education and CD or now ID instructor.
And I am Megan Peeler, and I am the middle school representative, and I do currently 6-8 emotional behavior.
And because the meeting was changed to this week, we actually had Megan. Originally, we were going to have her on video only, so.
So you get me all the time now, because it's permanently on there, so enjoy me in case you forget what I say.
So Megan's going to go over the mission statement, and she's also passing out a little activity for people.
So yeah, I'm putting you to work. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna start down with Kevin. Kevin, what you're doing is you're gonna start us off and you're gonna list what we umbrella for disabilities. So please list what your disability is on your sheet and then give us the definition that's behind it, please.
Learning disability, knowledge, skills, and processing difficulties compared to an age level peer.
Mike, you wanna go?
You know?
You may eat it, absolutely.
Set the pace.
Number 3 is emotional behavior disability. Social and or emotional interactions that are vastly different from the age level peers and affect how they function in the school setting, community, or home.
Yes.
Did we get into the tree already?
Number 9, other health impairment, having limited strength, vitality, or alertness due to chronic or acute health problems that get in the way of a student's educational performance, such as diabetes, heart condition, attention deficit disorder.
Number 2, autism, mental health condition in which the individual has difficulty communicating, forming relationships, language, and understanding abstract concepts.
Mine is intellectual disability, limitation in intelligence and adaptive behavior.
Visual impairment, an individual's vision affects their performance in their education.
Physical therapy, a related service to help a student move independently as possible in the school environment.
Number 5, hearing impairment, an individual hearing, all your hearing, that's me.
And I have speech and or language, a communication disorder that affects a child's educational performance, an example, stutter.
So thank you, you guys did a very nice job. I actually gave other people in the audience as well some just information of other words that are commonly used in special ed, like accommodations and modifications, and so they have that, but please enjoy the chocolate.
So as you can see, in special education, we cover a lot of different areas, and that's what we wanted to get across to you.
So today we will cover our 4 goals. So I won't go into them in detail, but it is literacy, mental health, culture and climate, and behavior.
So one of the major goals of our special ed initiative is to decrease the literacy achievement gap that not only does the nation see with our students with disabilities, but Mosinee as well in terms of their achievement with literacy. So specifically at the elementary school to help support our students with disabilities, we hired an additional reading specialist teacher to assist our students in achieving their goals related to their literacy, development, and skills. Mrs. has been doing an awesome job in providing specialized intervention services for them and working with our special education and general education teams. We also, to help promote their literacy at home as well as at school, we've been giving them families the choice of a book to take home at every annual IEP meeting for our students so that they have continued resources when they leave our doors.
And at the middle school, we also create annual IEP goals, individualized to that student's need, and they are related to reading achievement. We collaborate with the reading specialist, also the student's case manager, and then the school psychs. So we make sure that they're individualized to that student's need, and then we do quarterly assessment of progress towards those individuals' goals. And then at the high school, we've been focusing on, we're just looking at the 9th grade to 10th grade. We've identified those SPED students, and we're looking at which students are below benchmark in ELA, and we're using the ACT Aspire to track their future progress starting in the fall this year. So we're going to look at, they're taking it actually currently, so we'll be looking at those scores once we get those. But we do really focus on all age levels. So we have access to apps like Learning Ally and Snap and Read, and these are technology tools that we can use across all grades. It's for them to be able to see text and then it reads it to them. Then progress monitoring occurs on a regular basis to measure the students' progress towards their IEP goals. And we do specifically designed instruction for students with reading disabilities.
So currently at the elementary level for our younger students in grades kindergarten through second grade, we use a tool called PALS, which is phonological awareness literacy screening. And so what this does is it tests all of our students, but specifically with this we're looking at our students within special education. And we were currently in past years, there was a gap in terms of them achieving the benchmarks compared to our students within general education. So they are given this screener both in the fall and the spring. And so for our goal for our students, we want more of our students reading at benchmark or above benchmark at the spring administration. So once we have the data that we'll get in May, we'll be able to see what percentage of our students were proficient at the beginning of the year, and our goal is to increase that percentage by the end of the year.
And then in grade 3, we look at that PALS data that has happened from kindergarten through second grade, and we take those percentages which we looked at, and the students with disabilities whose scores placed at or above benchmark on the PALS assessment, we want them to increase from 43% last spring to 50% this spring on the Scholastic Reading Inventory, which is a different assessment that we give during the third grade. If you go into those little orange things, there are links there that can help you understand with the graph, but we decide not to go into those.
And then for the middle school, we're using the forward data. So we're looking at 4th through 8th grade, and we're looking at those SPED students. And when we looked at the 2016-2017 year, 16% of those special ed kids were proficient or higher. We want to improve that to 25% of our students in special ed. And then at the high school, like I had talked about, we're using the ACT Aspire, and previously 12% of 10th grade students were within the ACT readiness range. We want to increase that to 15% of 10th grade students.
So goal 2 addresses the mental health needs within our school setting. Mosinee is part of the Marathon County Consortium for school-based services, and we now have in each of our buildings at least one time a week, sometimes 2 times a week, a counselor that comes from North Central Healthcare. Pupil services staff will attend on a regular basis the consortium meetings. I know Robbie has been attending them, and I have, and so we're trying to make sure we always have a representative from Mosinee at those meetings, so we're part of the team. And then outside resources are provided to parents, whether it's North Central Healthcare, community care services, day treatment programs, whatever the child needs, we try to provide those resources and give the parents that information. We had a district-wide mental health awareness week in January. In this spring, there's a new grant coming out that I'm going to apply for to get some mental health funding through DPI, and that's supposed to be out this spring. And then we have mental health committee that works on the needs for our kids.
Okay, goal 3. We wanted to improve climate and culture with our special ed assistants. Special ed is a team effort, and we really wanted to help our assistants feel more part of our team. So we have invited them to participate in our special ed meetings if they would like after school. They are also invited to attend paraprofessional development trainings, especially if they have ideas of things they like to. I know last summer we sent some people for some autism training. There's a Paraprofessional Connection newsletter that they are provided with that helps with strategies for the classroom. And each building, district-wide, has an appreciation day for assistants. High school did a breakfast last year. Did you guys?
We did breakfast, too.
Yeah. So we also gave a survey. Go to the next slide. We had a fall survey. We got about half of our people responding. We're going to do a spring survey, hoping for more. But what we found was, overwhelmingly, these people that work so very hard are also very happy here. They said that They love working with the students and the teachers. 100% of them said they see themselves still working here in the future. And 100% of them also reported feeling very valued as part of our team. And we can say that we do value them. And these are pictures. These are our early childhood and elementary people, our middle school assistants, our high school and self-contained assistants, and our building and district special ed secretaries who push a lot of our paperwork and get it to DPI for us. And that's our team.
So we know that we can't expect our students to have academic success if we don't meet their behavioral needs first. So our fourth goal is looking at improving their access to learning by meeting their behavioral needs through additional strategies. So to do so, we've provided all teachers with lists of behavioral intervention strategies and access to resources. We, as mentioned by the other grade buildings, the Positive Behavioral Intervention and Supports, or PBIS program, has been rolled out at all buildings to help allow students to have their needs met in a congruent fashion, no matter what staff they're dealing with, whether it's general education, special education. We also, as school psychologists, consult on behavioral cases on a case-by-case basis. And we also have a number of different social skills groups being provided by our special education teachers, by school psychologists, and guidance counselors using research-based programs to help support our behavioral needs of our students.
So number 4 within measurement, increasing students' access to learning opportunities with the behavioral strategies. So we progress monitor through our office discipline referrals and our PBIS, our majors and minors. So in the right-hand corner is actually our proud slip. So when they've done something well, the teacher fills it out, puts their name at grade level, and then circles or at least next to the line under respectful, responsible, or successful of where they succeeded, and a reason why they got that, and then the teacher signs it. And then what we do is we have a carbon copy, so in case the kids don't turn it in for a reward, we still keep track of how they're doing. And then just an example, so that showing that PBIS is working. There was a student last year who was in the self-contained program, and he was only on half days. Now he's full inclusion this year, going to all his classes, and he had 19 office discipline referrals at this time last year, and now only has 7.
So we have been using the mental health framework here for the special ed programming. We use early identification by collaborating with different teams. So we've looked at the referral processes for PBIS, also our response to intervention teams, and our student service teams in each building. We use co-planning strategies with students, families, and community providers. And we do that through, we have North Central Healthcare actually comes on site and does counseling with our kids and provide those services.